going to be using the new ColourPop No Filter Foundation today. This is not the first time I've used it. I actually have 3 shades here. I tried to film a review of this foundation. I tried to do it as like a first, second, and third impressions, filming myself applying this 3 days in a row. And I've just gotten so frustrated with this foundation that I'm going to put it on today. I'm going to tell you my final thoughts, and then I think I'm going to be done with it because I'm just having a lot of trouble getting this product to work. I have 3 shades. I have 135, 120, and 115. I'm going to actually mix all 3 of them in just a lid here. They're actually very, very similar. So the shade selection is definitely not the issue. I feel like their shade selection is great. I mean, I did hear that some people thought a lot of the shades were too warm, or that they didn't have enough neutral. They had cool and they had warm, but they didn't have enough neutral. I heard that. I haven't had an issue with any of the shades. I don't know, I feel like I can make these work for me. I do feel like they oxidize a little bit, which I'm sure you will see. I'm going to use the ColourPop foundation brush, the F17, to apply this. I haven't found a preferred way of applying this foundation because I feel like no matter what I do, I don't love how it looks. So you'll see. Okay. And like I said, I did prime my face. I prime my face with the Becca First Light Priming Filter and the Too Faced Primed and Poreless. So I'm just taking my time and really layering my skin because normally I feel like it just settles and it doesn't look good. So I'm hoping that maybe like just really taking my time and painting it on the skin will help. So it looks okay now. This foundation is very thin, it's very liquidy. The consistency reminds me a lot of the Fenty Beauty foundation. This is supposed to be a natural matte finish too, that's what they said. And of all the times I've used it, it was never matte on me. So we'll see what it does. Taking a lot more care, like as you can see, to apply this foundation because I want to give it a good chance because I love ColourPop. You guys know that. I want to love this. But if I don't, I'm going to tell you. I'm blending this in with my Arbonne. This is actually a mineral powder foundation brush, but I've been so obsessed using this with like cream and liquid products. I use this with my Makeup Revolution foundation stick and I really liked it. So I'm going to try it with this. It's very, very dense and I think that's why it works good with certain liquid products because it just pushes it right into the skin without absorbing it or spreading it around. It just pushes it right where you want it. Okay, I hope you can see, because I can see, the brush strokes from my foundation brush, especially here on my forehead. The foundation isn't smooth, it's like it's settling. It looks like oil and water or something. I don't know, it just is so weird. I mean, maybe it's the color. I would love to know what you guys think. If you think that it doesn't look good because it's the color, let me know. I don't know. I mean, I think the color's fine, and I've used foundations that are not my color and I can get them to work, and I usually I don't have this like glaring issue. Okay, so here's the foundation. It's been on my face for a few minutes now. Not matte at all in my opinion. Like I said, every time I've tried this, it hasn't been matte in the slightest on me, so I don't know where they get the matte from. I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer under my eyes to brighten. I'm just doing the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. So I saw that they're coming out with a new Born This Way concealer. Are they discontinuing this one? Because that will make me so sad. I thought they were just like releasing a different type of concealer, but then I heard somebody say that they're actually reformulating, and I got really scared because I love this concealer. I love it and I don't want it to go away. I definitely want to try the new one too, but I don't want this one to go away because I really love it, and I actually am almost finished with one of them. I mixed 2 colors together, but I'm almost finished with my medium, and I don't want it to go away. I'm using this concealer because I wanted a hydrating concealer, because I'm going to be using the new ColourPop powders as well and baking and stuff, and I just didn't want my under eye to be too dry when I use the ColourPop concealer. It's way too drying to bake with, so that's why I'm doing these. I'm going to go in with a little bit of cream bronzer, just cream contour or bronzer, whatever you want to call it, on my forehead, just because that's how I like to do it. Just kind of warm things up a little bit. I'm going to set my whole face with this medium dark no filter sheer pressed powder. I've used this a few times and I do like it so far. I do. Alright, so let's do it on this half of my face and then we can compare how the foundation looks. Yeah, right away, first application I can already see the difference. This powder makes such a difference. I don't hate this foundation anymore. It looks matte. It looks how I expected it to look before I applied the powder. Like, I expected it to dry down and be matte like this because that's what a matte foundation does. That's what my CoverGirl Matte Made foundation does. That's what the Fenty Beauty foundation does. It dries down pretty much like this. This side still looks extremely dewy, and I know my lighting is a little bit uneven because I have a window over here and artificial lights over here, but I try to keep it balanced. But I feel like you can just totally see this side is very, very dewy. Not at all matte. This side is matte. This side looks a lot better. I feel like the foundation looks a lot more settled and natural too. This side is getting better. I will give it that. I think that applying it the way I did, slowly with the foundation brush, just painting it on and really taking my time and making sure I had an even layer, that helped a lot because this is the best this foundation has looked before I added anything else since I've tried it. And this is, again, like the 5th time I've tried this foundation. So this is working. This is not horrible. I don't hate it. I still feel like it looks weird on my forehead, but it's a lot better than it was. Alright, let's go ahead and set this side of the face. I feel like the foundation looks so much better with the powder that they should almost be sold together. Because, I mean, everybody that I've seen, like the larger influencers that have received the ColourPop stuff in PR, are using them all together. And then they're saying they like how it looks. That's kind of irking me because I feel like the foundation on its own doesn't look good, but the powder is really good. And the powder is what is making the foundation look good. So that's just my opinion from my experience. Let's go ahead and bake. I'm going to use the No Filter Setting Powder in Banana. This is a very yellow banana powder, which I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at all. I hope they come out with a few more shades though. Like a little bit of a lighter yellow might be nice. I mean, this almost looks like a yellow eyeshadow. Like, look at how yellow that is. To avoid drying out, I brush the bake off pretty quickly. I don't even know if that qualifies as baking, but it's the general concept, right? Okay, yeah, I'm liking my skin a lot better. I feel like that foundation needs to be set with a lot of powder. It almost needs that powder to like cement it in. It's like when you have cement, or is it concrete, and you have to like mix the powders together to get it to where it should be. I feel like that's, I don't know anything about that. I don't know why I even referenced that. It just popped into my head. But I feel like this is like that. Like you have to take, the foundation has to have the right powder with it in order to work. Otherwise it's useless. Anyways, alright, my final thoughts on the ColourPop foundation. I mean, I think I kind of said as the video was going on, but I feel like this foundation only works with the powder. I can't right now recommend that you buy this foundation. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's the best out there. And it is $12, and even if it was $5 or $2, I would say the exact same thing. I just don't think it's worth it. I would recommend the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation, the CoverGirl Matte Made Foundation. Those are 2 ones. I also have a video on my top 5 drugstore foundations that are 5 other ones from those. So if you want to check that video out, those are some very affordable foundations. This one just did not make the cut. I think it looks okay now, and I will try to continue to use it, but I have to use it with that powder. And I don't know if it's just the ColourPop powder or if other powders would have the same effect. They probably would, but just the fact that it doesn't look good on its own at all, like not wearable without being set with the powder, really turns me off and really makes me not want to recommend it to people. Because that just shouldn't be the case, especially a foundation that's calling itself matte. Also, this foundation is $12, but there's not even a full ounce in here, so I'm going to put on the screen how much per ounce it would cost, which is similar to like the NYX Control Drop foundation. Is very liquidy, and that one is, there's less than an ounce in that bottle as well, and that one's more expensive per ounce. So it's not the first time this has been done, but it's just something to make note of. If you're thinking like, okay, $12 compared to whatever, just keep in mind you're not getting as much, and I did use quite a lot to get this look. I really do like this No Filter sheer pressed powder. I think it's really nice. It saved the foundation for one thing. This is probably one of my favorites from the new ColourPop launch. The banana powder I'm not quite in love with yet. I didn't feel like it's that easy to use. I need to experiment with it a little bit more, and I definitely will. I also did get the translucent powder, which I haven't even tried yet. So I'm going to have to try that and let you guys know. But so far, the sheer press powder is my favorite. Okay guys, I think that's everything I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye.